everyone, it's Jamie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing yet another makeup tutorial for you guys, and today it is going to be a celebrity inspired makeup tutorial. Now the Teen Choice Awards were on last night and I was just staring at every single person's makeup trying to figure out who I'm going to be recreating in my next makeup tutorial. I had asked you guys on Instagram who you would like to see me recreate: Nina Dobrev, Shay Mitchell, or Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner won. She had the most comments, so I decided that I would recreate the look that she wore that night. I absolutely loved her look. Her look was so fresh and so gorgeous. She had barely anything on her eyes, just a really gorgeous shimmery white shadow with big lashes, very glossy pink lips, and very glowy skin. So this is my recreation of Kendall's look. Of course, it's not exactly the same as Kendall's, but it is inspired by her, and I tried to get as close as possible to the real thing. And also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. My handles are somewhere up here because I always ask you guys questions on both of my social media accounts. I always like to know what kind of videos you guys like to see, and that is how I communicate with you guys. So definitely follow me if you don't want to miss out. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so first things first, you want to prime your eyes, of course. So I'm going to be taking my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyes. This is pretty much just going to act as a base for all of our eyeshadow. So I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid and all the way up to my brow bone with my finger. I'm now going to take just a nude shade like this. This is Buff from the Lorac Pro 2 palette. And on a big fluffy brush, this is the Large Fluff from Sigma. I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. And this is just going to act as a base for all the other eyeshadows, and it's going to make everything blend really nice and easy. Now for the main color on the lid, I'm going to take this L'Oreal Infallible Pressed Eyeshadow in number 001 Time Resist White. It's just the most gorgeous shimmery white color, and it looks pretty much identical to what Kendall was wearing on her eyes. On a flat shader brush, I'm going to take this Sigma Large Shader E60. I'm going to pack some of that color onto the brush and just apply it all over my lid. In this look, the eyeshadow is so super simple. It's really all about the skin and the brows. You really want to make sure that you get this white color right on the inner corner of the eye. And once we have our concealer on, we're also going to bring it a little bit down on the lower lash line. Now as for the crease, it really doesn't look like she has much color there, but it definitely looks like she has some sort of cool taupey color. So I'm going to take this color from Maybelline. It's called Tastefully Taupe, and I'm just going to apply this on a fluffy brush right directly into my crease. Now you definitely don't want to apply too much of this. You really just want the slightest amount of definition. So I'm just going to start blending this right into the crease. Go all the way from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner. That's it for the eyeshadow for now. Now for the eyeliner, she was wearing some sort of liner on the upper lash line, but it was very close to the lash line, and it really didn't stand out much at all. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Master Precise liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to line my whole entire lash line, but staying really close to the lash line and keeping the line super thin. Line doesn't have to be perfect, you just want to keep it really close to the lash line just to give some definition to the eyes. I'm now going to go off camera and apply some falsies. You definitely want to apply falsies to this look because the eyeshadow look is so simple. You want the drama to be in the lashes, so don't be shy and make your lashes look huge. So I will be right back. Okay, so this look is definitely all about the skin, so I want my skin to look really nice and flawless. So in order to do that, I gotta cancel out all the redness that's going on around my skin. So I'm going to take my Clinique Redness Solution Daily SPF Primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Now Kendall's skin was so glowy and it looked absolutely flawless. So we need a medium to full coverage foundation, and a foundation that gives some sort of luminosity to the skin. So I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. This foundation is absolutely amazing for giving your skin that perfect airbrush glowy finish. Now Kendall's face was super highlighted and very glowy, so highlighting your face is really going to help achieve that. So grab your favorite highlighting concealer. I'm taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC20, and I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes in the upside down triangle shape, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, up on my forehead, and also right underneath my cheekbones. Now I'm going to take a beauty blender. I love using a beauty blender when blending out concealer because it just gives it a really nice flawless finish without it looking too cakey. Remember when you're using a sponge to bounce it and not rub it, because if you rub it, you're pretty much just going to be removing everything that's underneath, and that's not what you want. Now I want my skin to look glowy and not oily. Even though I don't have oily skin, since this foundation does have like a nice luminous finish, it could look like I have oily skin. So I'm definitely going to be setting my face, but only the center of it. So just my T-zone area, my chin and underneath my eyes. The rest of it I'm going to leave without powder because I want to keep the luminosity over there. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Setting Powder, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this on a big fluffy brush. Set my face with this to get rid of any shine. Now let's finish off the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to apply this right on the outer half of my eye. This is also going to really pull out your eye and make it look really nice and almond shaped like Kendall's. And I'm now going to go back in with the first color that we use, the Time Resist White, the L'Oreal Infallible Shadow. And I'm just going to apply some of that right underneath my lower lash line, right on the inner half. And you also want to apply a lot of that right on the inner corner because her inner corner is like super duper highlighted. And then once you're done doing that, you can apply your bottom lash mascara to finish off the eyes. Okay, so now let's finish off the face. So to bronze up the face, I'm going to be taking my Nars Laguna bronzer. Take any bronzer of your choice. You want your skin to look glowy and beautiful, so definitely do not skip this step. So on my hairline, on my cheekbones, on my jawline, and down my neck. Now this is a Jenner look, so of course you cannot forget about the contour. So I'm going to be taking my Hoola bronzer and my Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just going to contour my cheekbones with this. And I'm also going to bring the contour up onto my temples, and I'm also going to bring it down to my jawline. For the highlighter, I'm going to be taking my Becca Opal highlighter on my cheekbones. Do not be shy with this highlighter. This look is all about the glow. Also to the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow. Alright, now I saved the best part for last. Now her brows looked really, really bold, so you definitely want to sort of emulate that and go a little bit more bold with your brows. So today I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. This is in the color dark brown, and I'm going to be using that on a angled brush. This is my small angle E65 from Sigma, and I'm just going to fill in my brows with this. This makes my brows look really intense and really dramatic, and that's exactly what I want with this look. And give this video a thumbs up if you guys would like to see an updated brow routine. Okay, so I have my brows done. I'm going to apply a tiny bit of blush. So I'm going to take MAC Dainty. It's just a really gorgeous light pink blush on a stippling brush because I want it to be a very light application. And I'm just going to apply this right on, like almost underneath my apples and my cheeks, because it looks like she has a little bit of color right over here on the cheek. So I'm just going to apply a little bit over there, and then just blend it backwards towards my temples. Alright, so we are almost done. Now all we gotta do is do the lips. Now the lips is definitely a big statement in this look. Even though they are nude, they are very glossy and beautiful. So for the lip liner, I'm going to be taking my NYX Retractable lip liner in Vanilla Sky. It's just a dark nude color, and I'm just going to line my lips with this. For my lipstick, I'm going to take Creme D'Nude from MAC. You just want a nude that suits your skin tone. Now the gloss is very important in this look. Her lips are super glossy all over, so you want to take a baby pink gloss. This is Buttercream from Whitening Lightning, and I'm just going to apply this on my lips. And then once you're done with the lipstick, you're pretty much done the whole entire makeup look. So that is it for the finished makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Of course, give this video a nice big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate it so much. Let me know what other types of celebrity inspired tutorials you would like to see from me, because I love hearing your suggestions. A lot of my videos that I do are suggestions for my subscribers, and it's always great to hear from you guys. So that is it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!